Well, I didn't mean for that to happen. Hello, YouTube. Wherever you are, whenever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. I am Shaggy. I am Philalitea. And I am walking. I didn't mean to end my last video. I don't know why it ended, and I hope it got my ending. But those little synchronicities, those little god or the goddess or my own energies interrupting or affecting my streams or my material in some way are little blessings that I like to keep and I like to document, because if I'm trying to document, not prove, document that there is magic that happens around me, that there are entities, that there are spirits, that there is this stuff happening, that's the only way I'm going to catch it. It's the only way I'm going to catch it. Because it lives in the gaps. So it's going to live in the space between these videos, which on some level means these videos have to go long and they have to be boring. But I was talking about, I couldn't remember why I was in such a good mood, and I have things I am thankful for. For instance, one of the girls that I love, that I'm in love with, and it doesn't have to mean anything. I just admire her and I like her and I love her. I think she's great. And you can there are many different hierarchies of love, and if you'd listened to me talk about it, I read the Symposium, which is all of the conversation on philosophy, on love that you ever need to read, because everybody else is just aping Plato, and Plato covered every base. Damn, it is cold today. It's colder today than it was last night. I'm not even kidding. Oh, my hands are already numb. I almost left a bunch of my cold gear in the tent. I wouldn't have been able to do this video if I had done that. But one of the girls, I've talked about her. She's great. You would be mean and cruel to her, and you would find reasons to say shitty things about her. But I think she's great. And she got a promotion. I am pretty sure that she's a shift manager now. She wasn't. She was super timid just 2 weeks ago. And they took the applications for a shift manager sticker off that door. And last night she was the one who locked the door. She was the one who did all the close up, and she did a kinda to me, you know. She kinda one-upped she kinda pulled rank on the woman who was working there and is much older and rude. She's rude. And she won't say hi to me. She won't say goodnight to me. She does everything she can to avoid eye contact. So she'll look a beat late whenever she says anything. So she's really looking to see if you're still looking. Thought she deserved that job because she's older, and it's like, well, you don't have the skill set. Sorry, sweetheart. You just don't have the skill set. They're doing charity by allowing you to continue to shift at their work. Yes, I used shift as a verb correctly in the correct sense. If you if you aren't salaried, if you're not salaried, and if you're not an owner or an investor, if you work for a company for an hourly wage, you're a shifter. And if you shift from job to job to job because you don't actually have the skill sets for what you're doing, you're a shifter and you're working for corporate charity. So like, come the fuck on. Think you're better than me. And that's kind of what girl did last night. Is she kind of is like, you're being rude to a guy who does not deserve your rudeness. He is not one of these corporate assholes who could definitely afford to shop somewhere other than Dollar General, Dollar Tree, but goes in there acting like a fucking bourgeoisie prick because they can. Because they go shop places where their money actually is too good and they behave better than thou. And then some of the women who work behind the register behave that way right back, but to fucking everybody. So anyway, this girl, and I love her, not for this, I love her for being nice to me in general. And it really is that simple to earn my loyalty, frankly, my honor. But she asked me how I was doing, and they have stopped carrying hot hands. And so she asked me if she remembered my rechargeable, because I went and they were the people I went and told when when I finally made enough money to get my rechargeable hand warmer, I went and I celebrated to them because I thought they would care. And they did care. And she asked me, and she's like, well, did your rechargeable work? And it was like, yeah, it's warm enough that it's okay. But that was cool. And that did buoy my mood. Because in whatever way, it mattered to her that I noticed that she got a promo. And that's fucking awesome. I get to celebrate her wins with her. I get to... and you just don't understand. I think that's what you guys... You just don't get. Is life is about celebrating other people's wins. Because if you celebrate other people's wins, they will race to celebrate yours. They will. And the ones who don't are the ones that you don't need to worry about. Those are the ones that you can just be like, it's better that they die here and now, to me, to my memory, to my opinion of them, than that I drag them along and they get everybody sick. Because that's what I wanted to talk about, was intellectual contagion. Watching that woman say that about diphtheria and cholera and, you know, all of the diseases that you get by drinking water from a river without boiling it, especially back in the day, just forever. Humans can't actually do that. That is actually why we invented beer and wine, is because our digestive systems just can't actually handle all that bacteria. Never could. Europe almost extincted itself drinking duck shit filled ponds and rivers. There's a brilliant movie with Tom Holland, Spider-Man, it's all almost entirely in Old Anglo and Saxon. It's fucking awesome. Not a word of English in it. Where they come across a bunch of people who were drinking water from a river that had a carcass in it just up the stream. So they were just all dying from drinking this water. And it's like, that's what makes people like me. That's what makes people like me shamans. That's why you give us the cool hats and you let us be rich. And it's because we go, hey, maybe don't drink that water. but that water is analogous to what Jesus is talking about with the woman at the well. If you want to go to the metaphorical translation and not the literal, that's a sexual ritual that's happening. But if you want to go to the metaphor, water carries contagions, and the water of life is what? It's the word. It's the spoken word. And what's in the spoken word? Intellectual contagion.